Good day and welcome to EarKart Limited's earnings call. We appreciate your participation as we review the company's operational and financial performance for H1 FY26 and outline our strategic direction. The purpose of today's call is to provide an overview of the company's progress and address questions from our investors and stakeholders. Please note that the call is being recorded and may contain certain statements made during this call which are forward looking and are based on current assumptions. These involve risk and uncertainties, and actual results may differ. The company assumes no obligation to update these statements except as required by law. We encourage participants to consider these factors and avoid placing undue reliance on forward looking information. Representing the EarKart Limited today, we have with us Mr. Rohit Mishra, MD and CEO, and Mr. Ajay Giri, Chief Financial Officer. I would now like to hand over the call to the management for their opening remarks and present us a brief presentation. Following this address, we will proceed to the Q&A session. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Siddhi. And good evening, everyone. My name is Rohit Mishra. I am the Managing Director and CEO at EarKart. This is our fourth year in operation. We deal in the field of hearing aid and hearing technology. We started this company with a vision that we'll be able to provide hearing care and hearing aids across India. The very fact that almost 60% plus population of India lacks access to an audiologist, the person who is qualified and authorized to check the hearing of a person and also to prescribe a hearing aid. 60% of Indian population don't have access to an audiologist. With that in mind, EarKart came into being to handle two things. One, the shortage of audiologists in remote cities. And we came out with a device which can help do the diagnosis and hearing test in the remotest part of the world, not only India, but the world. But we also started producing high quality hearing aids, which can perform very well at a very economical price also. So we are trying to redefine the hearing care, not only in India, but also across the world. Next slide. I think Siddhi has done a good job already talking about the disclaimer. So we'll go straight to the company overview. We started in 2021. We actually are a tech-driven healthcare company. As I've talked about, we have devised a beautiful device which can perform all the hearing tests remotely on a patient sitting in any part of the world. We offer a wide range of modern hearing aids and accessories. Also, we have got remotely programmable hearing aids by the name Equify. We have got Fame, which is an analog model, and Radius, which is a programmable hearing aid. We do have government contracts, not only in government, we also have in defense sectors a very significant presence. We are expanding very significantly with a shop-in-shop model with the ENT doctors. Now, the fun part is that ENT doctors are available all across India. There are about 16,000 ENT doctors. They are practicing in India, whereas just about 6,500 audiologists are reported to have their practices in India. So we are going to the ENT doctors and installing our device called Omni to perform all kinds of diagnostics. We have very strong players in GEM and also the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. We were recently recognized as the Forbes DGEMS top 200 companies with global potential. Next. That's our journey. We started in somewhere in October 2021. That's when the EarKart and the CRM of dealer app came in. 2022 came in pretty fast, just in about 6 months from operations being started. We received the BIS, the Bureau of Indian Standard License. We also received the first order from government for 10,000 hearing aids. And what followed was a very, very steep supply line, and the orders also coming from the government of India and expanding into the private side of the market. 23 was marked by the ISO 13485, which is one of the topmost manufacturing certification, not only for India, but for the world. We also got the license to manufacture the Class A and Class B the hearing devices for the CDSCO. 24, towards the end of the calendar year, we started looking at ENT practices as one of the most strong potential propositions for us to expand all through India, not only here, but across other geographies also. And that's when the remote video otoscopy, remote audiometry, remote impedance, remote OE, all put in one device called Omni. That came into being. And we started placing these devices with the ENT practices. That's what we call shop in shop. So shop ENT डॉक्टर का होता है, उसके अंदर हम एक छोटा सा 6x6 6x8 का एक छोटा सा एरिया लेते हैं जहां पर हम सारे डायग्नोसिस परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं. Towards the end, sorry. So towards the end, we also converted into a public limited company of 2024, and this year 25 we got listed on the BSE. Next slide. This is our management profile. There are 4 directors as of today. Myself, Rohit Mishra. I have 30 plus experience years into hearing aids and medical device industry. Monica Mishra comes with 25 plus years experience. She also has got naturopathy and biochemistry postgrad education. Ajay Kumar Giri is our chief financial officer, and Rahul Salesha is also one of our directors who's looking into sales and marketing. Next slide. We have given India's limited approach and limited ability to find the top of the hearing aid, top class hearing aids. We started with this vision to have competing hearing aids, which can provide all different kind of parameters and performance outcomes. We started this manufacturing facility in Noida. It's about 4,500 square feet area, and we have a dedicated team of 6 skilled employees. This is apart from the 3 employees who are working regularly on the R&D, the research and development, and getting out with the most advanced features, being supported by advanced features being supported by the AI. And we are also equipped with the top-end machineries required to do micro soldering, to do the stereoscopes, barcode printing, and the evaluation, the real-time evaluation of the sound being produced by the hearing aid. We have a fairly decent capability of producing about 200,000 hearing aids across a year. Next slide. These are the certifications we have acquired. So this ISO 13485, this is for the good quality standards for manufacturing of medical devices. We also have got Bureau of Indian Standards for hearing aids and CDSCO for the hearing aids that we are producing and marketing outside also. Next slide. Hearing aid analyzer being one of the most expensive equipments, it's about 32 lakhs as of now. This is the most sensitive equipment which help us to analyze the sound quality being produced by the hearing aids and the kind of frequency range the hearing aid is covering across all decibel levels. These are basic hearing aid producing things that we have also procured. Next slide. Our business model has got 4 very clear verticals. One is shop and shop model, as I've explained you already, that we are placing a small area inside the shop of the ENT doctor. We are taking a small area of 6x4 or 6x6, placing Omni device there, and we are able to perform all kind of audiometric tests remotely and accurately. We also have got distribution model where we are selling our hearing aids into the private market. As I said, a lot of dealers buy our hearing aids, supply them the armed forces, and also supply them to the local dealers practicing across India. We also had a lead generation model wherein we used to generate leads online and send it to our dealer partners and take a commission against each such sales. Government business is a very clear-cut, straightforward business, which is generally done through the GEM. And one of the leading company of Government of India called LMCO contributed about 69% of our sales till last year. This is rapidly changing. Next slide. So this is the product portfolio that we have. In hearing aids, we have got Equify, Fame, and Radius families. There are different subsets within each family. We have got receiver in canal. These are kind of form factors. They look differently. So a hearing aid which can go inside the ear is called CIC. Behind the ear is called BTE, or receiver when it goes into the ear, it's called receiver in the canal. So these are digital, programmable, rechargeable, Bluetooth enabled. They're pretty recent and up-class features. When you compare these hearing aids compared to any international or multinational peers, you will find them pretty convincingly close to each other. We are trying to make them affordable so that Indian population doesn't have to spend 5, 6, 7 lakhs to buy a pair of hearing aids. We are trying to keep all the prices within 1 lakh. We also have got MSID kits, which is multisensory educational development kit, which also has for the children with different kind of disabilities, and TLM also serve the similar purpose. Next slide. So as you can see, we are doing very, very clear conversion charges when we are doing the lead generation. We are also helping the doctors to convert the leads which are being produced at their centers. We consult them, we help them, and we help the doctors sell the hearing aids. That's where it takes consultation charges. Audiometry charges are straightforward again when we are performing the audiometry for a patient who is sitting in a doctor's place. We perform the audiometry. We also perform other tests related to the hearing. And we get into the revenue sharing model, wherein the fee collected by the ENT doctor is shared. One part towards the doctor and one part comes towards our service that we render to them. Next slide. Now, this audiometer, EarKart Omni audiometer, is going to change the face of hearing across the world, not only in India, because we'll be able to go to tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, even villages, where it is impossible to even think an audiologist will be practicing. India has reported about 6,500 audiologists for 1.4 billion people. This is like 1 per 5 lakhs, extremely low. WHO norms are about 25,000. Now, given the old WHO data, which was in 2021, 63 million Indians suffered from hearing loss. And despite that, only 7 lakh, actually 7 to 12 lakh hearing aids. These are pairs. So 7 lakh pairs were sold per year. We were able to identify the gap. We also realized that almost about 800 million people in India do not have access to an audiologist. And with the help of Omni, which is a patented proposition, not only for India again, and I say this with pride, it is for the world also. With Omni, we'll be able to reach to every single part of the country with the audiometry services, and not only audiometry services, we'll be also able to program the hearing aids according to the loss of the patient, all remotely. Next. So you might ask, what does Omni do? So I'll repeat again. We can perform videotoscopy. Videotoscopy is to identify if there's a problem or if there is some kind of pathology existing in the ear canal of the patient. We can also perform ear conduction and bone conduction audiometry. We can also check the health of the middle ear by tympanometry. And if there's a newborn, we can, within the first 24 hours also, we can identify if the child has got, if the newborn has got normal hearing or if there's a problem in the hearing. And this is done by the device called OAE, autoacoustic emission. This is not only very compact, it also has got a huge screen, which is 11 inch in size, which allows to have a face-to-face conversation with the patient in the language they want. They can be remotely connected. They are rechargeable, which means even if it in a village there is no electricity, we can still perform the test for 8 hours. The data and all the patient privilege data is compliant with the Government of India HIPAA rules. So we are kind of about to disrupt the entire industry, which was growing at a rate of 7 to 8% per year. With our opening new unaccessed area across the country, we'll be able to make not only growth going up into double digits, but also reaching out to the people who never had access. And we will be the only people with that kind of access. Next slide. So while we take pride in saying that we are now exporting to 4 countries, these are smaller numbers as of today. We have started in Nepal, in Bangladesh, and Mauritius. So these numbers are small, but we have got very significant presence all across India with 17 states. We have about 1,400 dealer partners who take leads from us and who sell hearing aids on our behalf, and we take a charge against the lead. Next. So revenue bifurcation, I'll let Ajay take this, please.
So for current first half in government sector, we have done 45% revenues from government side and 55% is from private sector. In compared to last year, it was 69% from government and 31% from private sector. Yeah.
So I'll take you for the industry overview. If you look at the global hearing aid market, which is valued at about 8 billion in 2023, there was some recent unofficial information which were not like WHO information. It was already $10 billion plus. So if you would like to know if there's an impairment with a person, if a person can hear 25 decibel sound without any add, without any addition of help, he's supposed to be a normal person. Whereas if there are 26 decibel, if he's finding it difficult to hear, that's when it becomes a slight impairment, and thereby the need of the hearing aid starts to come in. The moderate, severe, and profound, these are additional the bifurcations of the hearing loss, which are currently being used in the world of hearing loss. And as somebody gets into profound impairment or towards deafness, it becomes impossible for a person to lead a normal life. And isolation, followed by depression, and followed by a lot of other problems like dementia, like heart problems, stress, comes automatically along with this kind of loss. So there is a WHO estimate that the globe loses about about $14 billion as a burden on the society when somebody has got an untreated hearing loss. Next slide. This is our aha moment. This is our pride that we have been able to develop. We started working on a device which will be able to reach out to every part in the world wherever the audiologists are not there, cannot go, have not been able to reach. We are able to perform every single hearing test on anybody in the world with the help of Omni. As I just explained, Omni can perform almost all the hearing tests a patient generally needs with a hearing loss. It starts from um, checking the ear canal with videotoscopy, and then it is followed by air conduction and bone conduction audiometry. Also, it is followed by checking the middle ear health with tympanometry. And of course, when a child is born, to rule out any problem with the hearing, OAE, otoacoustic emission, is performed. We can also perform speech audiometry with this device. And especially for kids, we can also check the eustachian tube function through this device. So hearing aid is definitely one thing that everybody wants to sell, but being able to test the hearing of a person and then recommend a scientific solution is what is the biggest thing and why it matters. So why it matters to the world is that the 60% of global population did not have access to any kind of hearing solutions. And with Omni coming into play, we intend to make hearing available to everyone as their democratic right. Next slide. We also take pride in saying that we went to US in October at the world's largest ENT conference, and that happened at Indianapolis. There were 5,000 plus ENT doctors from all over the world which attended the ENT conference, and we are very happy to say and report that Omni was received with very, very warm welcome, everybody wanted to have a look at Omni. They wanted to try if this is going to work. They actually went all the way to get themselves tested on the device live, and everybody has given us a very warm welcome to US. So I'll let Ajay take this from here. All right. So the future growth and expansion plans are very clear. We continue to work on the cutting edge part of the Omni. We try to make it more efficient, more available, at ease for most part of the world. We have got very smart marketing move coming in, not in the sense spending money on Google, but what we are saying is that now we are going to reduce our customer acquisition cost because we'll be sitting at the ENT practices where the walk-ins are our customers, which means we are not going to spend money on the acquisitions of these customers being acquired from the ENT practices. Not only that, we'll be also able to offer them the best solutions at a very affordable price. The geographical expansion, which is one of the most critical part of our operation as of now, we intend to expand our operation from north, which is largely north-centric, going into west and south, and at the end, we'll be going towards east. So Omni Audiometer will be now poised to be installed at more and more ENT practices. So our multi-channel distribution, which is not only the online, also the government channel, also the defense and armed forces, and also the dealer base, the retailers, we believe we have got one of the most comprehensive distribution channel existing in India today. Next slide.
So in first half current this year, we did a turnover of 22 CR and total expenditure was 19 CR. EBITDA was 3 CR and EBITDA margin is 14%. PAT was 1 crore 85 lakh, which is 8.32%. The turnover is 5% is less in compared to last half year. That is primarily due to a shift of government order to the second half. Although we did great in private sector, we achieved more 25% revenue greater than last year. So we are hopeful to achieve close the current year with a better margin and better percentage in compared to last year. Next slide. And these are balance sheet figures. Reserve and surplus is looking very in large side and is in compared to last March because after listing the share capital and premium amount is parked in reserve and surplus side. Yes.
So I'll take it from here. So as Ajay explained, there has been a revenue dip compared to the same period last year. And that primarily happened because 4 of the tenders, which generally opened before September, were deferred. And 2 of them have already opened. And that EarKart has already gotten an order of about 9 crores.
Yeah.
And we are expecting 2 or 3 more tenders to open now. These tenders historically opened before September, and that's why they were placed in our forecast for September. However, they will now open up in the second half, and thereby the second half will then scale up pretty fast. We are looking at a very positive outlook for the second half of the year, and the CAGR is going to be about 25%. And we believe over last year, we'll be recording a growth of about 25% this year also. There will be some operational cost enhancement this year because a lot of employees will be taken, and similarly, a lot of infrastructure will also be added to support their expansion. However, like in any organic process, the sales will be incrementally growing, will not be coming to the full throttle very soon. We expect this incremental sale to come in across next 18 months. Next slide, please. Well, that leaves the ground open for questions.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a detailed introduction about the company. Now we'll move to the Q&A session. We'll take the first question from Mr. Mukesh Panchwani.
Yeah, hello sir. Am I audible?
Mukesh sir, I missed you long time. How you been?
Good sir, good sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Sir, how is the association with the ENT specialist? How is the network and what are the plans for the same?
Mukesh sir, we have already gotten to the about 58 ENT doctors. The
Mm-hmm.
new features were also recently added in Omni. So previously, if you remember, we talked only about audiometry being able with the Omni. Now we can perform almost all tests a person might require. And that allows us to have higher and fattier diagnostic revenue. We also have added the feature of programming all the hearing aids, not only EarKart's hearing aids, but all the hearing aids for all the manufacturers. We can program these hearing aids remotely. So our model has become very attractive for any ENT doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And we are now ramping up our team. We are ramping up our presence. So we have already 20 plus agreements in place, which should be done by the end of December. And by March, we are aiming at about 110 installations.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, in the revenues of H1, like this is 22 crores. So, how much would be from this kind of association?
Sir, as of today, if I can give you a broad number, we are at about 18 to 20,000 rupees a month from such association per installation.
Okay.
Our target is to reach 80,000 rupees
Okay. Okay. 80,000 per month.
per
Per
month per.
month, per clinic.
Per clinic. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So, by end of this year, what would be the target?
So we are looking at about 110 installations, and we are also aiming to increase this 18 to 20,000 rupees a month by about 25 to 30%.
Okay, okay. So altogether, got it, got it. From 110 clinics, we can make revenues of around 10 to 11 CR at full capacity. Like
That's
Right.
exactly what we are looking at, Mukesh bhai.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, sir. And sir, can you throw some light on our receivable days? In March 24, it was around 75, and now in March 25, it has gone up to 160. So, what is the reason behind that?
I'll let Ajay answer this, sir.
So, Mukesh, sir, this is primarily due to government buyers. So they
Okay.
make a payment generally 45 to 60, between 45 to 60 days. And as you can see in H1, we have also expanded to the private market. So
Hmm.
they also takes time between 60 to 90 days. So
Okay.
our target is to by end of March, we are hopeful to bring it down to the 90 to 100 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. And can you throw some light on the margins? In last year, H1, the margins were around 21%. I'm talking about the EBITDA margins. And this year, it is 14%. So what?
So
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, sir, the sales has been dipped by 5% in compared to last year. But our expenses has been fixed, and even the expenses has been increased due to expansion. We have
Hmm.
a new premise. We have more employee on our roll to support
Hmm.
our expansion. So expenses is fixed, but the turnover is 5% less in compared to last year. So in
Hmm.
H2, when the revenue will increase, the EBITDA
Hmm.
margin will also increase because the revenue
Okay.
has been fixed.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, the
So
expenses
on
have been
yearly
fixed.
basis, how should we see the margins this
So
year?
the margin will be similar to the last year.
Okay. Last year it was uh, 23% around.
Yes.
Okay, okay. And going forward, can we expect the margins to be between 20-25%? Is it sustainable?
मुकेश सर, अपना जो मॉडल है ना, उसके
हम्म
अंदर मार्जिन्स बड़े अच्छे हैं, हेल्दी मार्जिन्स है।
हम्म
इट्स
हम्म हम्म
इन द बिगनिंग, जैसे अभी हमने शुरू किया मुकेश भाई, वी आर हायरिंग मोर पीपल, वी हैव ऑलरेडी हायर्ड अबाउट 11 पीपल इन लास्ट 2 मंथ्स
हम्म
ना।
हम्म हम्म हम्म
बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ पीपल आर ग्रोइंग, सेल वो उतना तेज तो नहीं बढ़ता, लेकिन वी आर सेइंग 18 से 19 महीने के टाइम में हम अपने
हम्म।
70 to 80% एफिशिएंसी पे आ जाएंगे। हमारे मार्जिन्स इन आर इंडस्ट्री आर प्रीटी फेयर
ओके
कंपेयर टू एनी अदर इंडस्ट्री। हम लोग का मार्जिन, ग्रॉस मार्जिन 40%, 45 तक जाता है।
ओके।
ऑन अ प्राइवेट मार्केट साइड तो बहुत ही अच्छा जाता है। So
हम्म।
margins are definitely going to be really good, and we expect to be in the margin of 20 to 30. And I'm just saying 20 to 30 because वो change होता
हम्म।
रहेगा as we keep increasing our efficiency.
गॉट इट गॉट इट गॉट इट। और सर थोड़ा सा अगर हम लंबा व्यू लेके चलें, 3 to 4 years फ्रॉम नाउ, आप ईयर कार्ड को कहाँ देखते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ टॉप लाइन एंड बॉटम लाइन बोथ?
Sir, when we started this company and we went for IPO, we
हम्म
had a very clear vision that in 5 years we should
हम्म।
cross 300 crores turnover,
ओके ओके।
and we seem to be on the same path.
हम्म।
बस अभी जो क्या कहते हैं, वॉर के लिए जो असला इकट्ठा करना होता है उसमें टाइम लगता है। एंड वंस द वॉर इज ऑन, वी बी
हम्म।
एबल टू कवर अ लॉट ऑफ ग्राउंड वेरी फास्ट। तो अभी वी आर जस्ट कंसोलिडेटिंग आवर बेस, कीपिंग
हम्म।
आवरसेल्व्स इन अ गुड शेप टू बी रेडी फॉर अ वेरी रैपिड एक्सपेंशन।
ओके सर, ओके सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू मुकेश सर।
थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Mr. Aditya Agarwal.
Hello, am I audible?
यस आई सर।
Yeah, good evening, sir. Rohit, sir, I have seen a lot of interviews. First of all, congratulations from where we started and where EarKart is today.
थैंक
And
यू सर।
what Lenskart did in glasses, you did in this devices. Sir,
थैंक
first of all, you said that now we are expanding to remote areas also through our patented product. But just wanted to understand, like, even if we get into those remote areas, uh, those people are accepting the product. Have you done any survey? Because in remote areas, in villages, it is very tough to convince them for such products.
आई सर, थैंक यू सो वेरी मच फॉर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन। बड़ा सही सवाल पूछा है, लेकिन इससे पहले एक सवाल, सर मिर्जापुर देखा है आपने नेटफ्लिक्स पे?
बिल्कुल देखा है सर।
सर मिर्जापुर में एक भी ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट नहीं है। हम
सर
हम
उसका रीजन क्या है वो समझ।
तो सर मिर्जापुर हैज, आई मीन इफ यू रिमेंबर द एंटायर मिर्जापुर का जो वो था, गैंग का जो क्लैन था, वो आजमपुर, सॉरी आजमगढ़, बहराइच, बस्ती, गोंडा, बलिया, एंड ऑफ
जी।
कोर्स दिस मिर्जापुर। इन सारी जगहों पे ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट नहीं है। प्रॉब्लम सर ये होती है कि ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट बहुत कम है, एंड दे वांट टू अर्न मोर मनी, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे वांट टू प्रैक्टिस इन अ बिगर सिटी जहाँ पर पेइंग पोटेंशियल अच्छा होता है। सो डिस्पाइट हर जगह बहरे लोग हैं, हर जगह सबको ज़रूरत है, उसके बाद भी ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट वहाँ पे नहीं जाना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज उनको अपना फ्यूचर अच्छा नहीं लगता है वहाँ पे। तो ईएनटी डॉक्टर्स हैं, पीपल हु नीड अ हेयरिंग एड, वो लोग भी हैं, लेकिन बस ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट नहीं है। तो ये सर्विस लेके जब हम वहाँ पे पहुंचे, तो डॉक्टर्स वर वेरी एक्साइटेड। डॉक्टर्स वर सो हैप्पी बाय सेइंग कि अच्छा, अभी माय पेशेंट डजंट हैव टू गो टू गोरखपुर, माय पेशेंट डजंट हैव टू गो टू इलाहाबाद, माय पेशेंट डजंट हैव टू गो टू लखनऊ टू गेट अ सिंपल टेस्ट डन विच इज सो इजी। तो वहां पर एक्सेप्टेंस बहुत अच्छी आ रही है सर। सो ऑल दीज 56 58 इंस्टॉलेशन दैट वी हैव मेड, जस्ट अबाउट 15 और 18 आर इन द बिगर सिटीज, बाकी सब छोटे शहरों में है। हाँ, वहां पर एवरेज सेलिंग प्राइस जो हमें उम्मीद होती है कि 20 से 25 हज़ार का हो जावे, वो 12 13 हज़ार में रुक जाता है। पर आई थिंक दैट्स ए गुड प्रोग्रेस। 12 13 हज़ार से भी धीमे धीमे जब वो नेक्स्ट खरीदेंगे, खरीदेगा 4 साल के बाद, तो वो 20 हज़ार की खरीदेगा।
राइट सर। एंड सर मेरा ये भी मानना है कि इट्स नॉट अबाउट 12 और 13,000, कहीं पे मार्जिन कम भी होंगे तो एटलीस्ट जिनको जो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते आप उन्हें भी पहना रहे हैं। बिकॉज मैंने ये भी देखा कि 1 लाख रुपए वाला किट आप 25,000 में ले आए हैं। सो
सर
दैट इज रियली वंडरफुल कि हमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ प्रॉफिट नहीं देखना। प्रॉफिट हम बड़े शहरों से ले लेंगे, बट कहीं ना कहीं जहाँ पे हमारा कुछ ये भी दायित्व है कि जहाँ पे वो लोग जो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते आप उनको भी सर्व कर रहे हैं। सो दैट इज रियली वंडरफुल एंड आई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट the entire EarKart team.
भाई सर, थैंक यू सो वेरी मच, गॉड ब्लेस यू। आपने ना हमारी ऐसे हौसला अफजाई कर दी है, थैंक यू सो मच।
क्या सर, एक बस और है रोहित सर कि इफ कन्वीनियंट, वी आर अ ग्रुप ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स।
जी,
मैं आपको अपना प्रोफाइल भी सेंड कर दूंगा, एंड वी डू एवरीथिंग ऑन नॉन कमर्शियल बेसिस। सो अगर पॉसिबल है तो एक बार आपसे मिलके एक बार थोड़ी कुछ चीज़ें समझनी थी, तो इज इट पॉसिबल कि हम नोएडा मिल लें कभी भी, वेन एवर यू इट्स कन्वीनियंट टू यू? आई एम बेस्ड आउट ऑफ भिवाड़ी ओनली।
वेल बी लवली, एंड अदरक की चाय बहुत अच्छी पिलाऊंगा मैं आपको।
अरे थैंक यू सो मच सर। सो उसके लिए कैसे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं सर?
एनी टाइम सर, आई मीन सिद्धि इज देयर, एंड if you would like to share the number here, we can also connect there.
श्योर श्योर सर, वी विल डू
Aditya
दैट।
sir, I would request you to drop us an email on ir@earkart.in,
श्योर,
and we would be happy to revert to you very promptly.
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
Thank you, thank you. We'll take the next question from Mr. Chaitanya.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you so much.
Sir, just couple of questions I have. First, uh, I know that we've got a tech product and we've gotten this patent. So, would you call EarKart right now more like a trading company with tech, or kind of, or a manufacturing company with a tech?
You might have to help me, Chaitanya bhai, with one more answer, which is both. So we manufacture hearing aids, we are selling
Right.
those, yes.
Hmm.
And we also accept that our ability to invest money in R&D is not even close to the MNC players and the MNC peers that we have. They are
Okay.
they are in a position to bring very, very advanced features that will take a lot of money and manpower. And we
Hmm.
don't want to deprive some of the beneficiaries who like and who need those kind of features. तो अभी हमारे
Hmm.
पास नहीं है और पेशेंट को चाहिए, तो हम ऐसा जिद करके नहीं बैठे कि नहीं अपना ही बेचेंगे, सिर्फ किसी और का नहीं बेचेंगे. So we are a manufacturer and a tech platform that also is an aggregator or a platform that allows the other hearing aids also to be sold.
Okay. And what would be our, our percentage revenue mix of, manufacturing and trading revenue?
The trading revenue is less than 10%, sir.
Acha.
जी.
And okay, एक second, sir. So when you say that trading is less than 10%, that means जो भी हम ये brand से affiliated हैं, all these foreign brands,
जी.
उनका
जी,
सिर्फ हम 10% ही trade कर रहे हैं, बाकी 90% is
अपना ही बेच
through
रहे हैं.
manufacturing. Okay. And if comfortable, like you said that हमारे पास इतना, I also understand, when the behemoths are all there international, and to spend the money on R&D and all, I fully appreciate that. So the manufacturing that we are doing, is it like a contract manufacturing, or we are just doing it our branding and getting it outsourced? And matlab, can you throw a little light on that very broadly?
बिल्कुल. चैतन्य भाई, जितनी भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है वो हमारी इन हाउस है, आउटसोर्स
Hmm.
नहीं है, या हमने किसी को नहीं दिया हुआ है.
Hmm.
बट इसके पीछे एक आपको जनरल सी चीज बताना चाहता था चैतन्य भाई. हेयरिंग एड के अंदर चार कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं जो उसकी लाइफ डिसाइड करते हैं. इन द सेंस, एक तो उसकी चिप होती है. जो
Yeah.
चिप है वो कोई कंपनी अपनी नहीं बनाती, बिकॉज देर आर जस्ट अबाउट 3 चिप मेकर्स फॉर द हेयरिंग एड्स, क्वालकॉम बीइंग वन ऑफ देम. तो कोई
Hmm.
भी हेयरिंग एड मैन्युफैक्चरर चिप अपनी नहीं बनाता, वो चिप किसी और से ही लेता है. फिर उसके ऊपर हम अपना एक सॉफ्टवेयर की लेयरिंग करते हैं. अब आता है
Hmm.
माइक्रोफोन. माइक्रोफोन भी कोई हेयरिंग एड मैन्युफैक्चरर अपना नहीं बनाता, वो 3 कंपनीज हैं ग्लोबली, ज़्यादा करके उनसे ही लेती हैं. और रिसीवर्स जो साउंड को एम्पलीफाई करके अंदर भेजते हैं, वो भी कोई हेयरिंग एड कंपनी अपनी नहीं बनाती. वो भी
Okay.
बाकी मैन्युफैक्चरर्स से लेके उसको अपने सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ इंटीग्रेट करते हैं चिप में. अब आता है प्लास्टिक पार्ट, और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट उसका सॉफ्टवेयर जो उसको रन करता है चिप को. ये सारे लोग अपने अपने सॉफ्टवेयर खुद बनाते हैं, हम भी अपना बनाते हैं खुद ही. हमारा उतना एडवांस नहीं है. सो बेसिकली ऑल हियरिंग एड मैन्युफैक्चरर्स आर बेसिकली असेंबलर्स ऑफ माइक्रोफोन्स, रिसीवर्स, चिप एंड अ पीसीबी. हम भी
Okay.
वही हैं जो सीमेंस है या कोई और भी है. तो ये 4 पार्ट्स आते हैं जो ज़्यादा करके कंपनियां अपना कोई बनाती नहीं है, और आप उनसे लेकर उनको असेंबल करके उसके ऊपर एक लेयरिंग करते हैं सॉफ्टवेयर की, टू टेल हाउ अ कंपोनेंट विल बिहेव.
Okay, so can I term it that we are making a assembled computer with the OS that is Windows and all that we are making that software and then giving it to the government or the consumer with our branding?
Okay. Um, Instead of saying that we are, I'll say all of us are, all
Okay.
manufacturers are making assembled computers kind of thing.
Fair enough. No, I just wanted to understand from a layman's point of view. And a last question from my side, ये जो हमारा अभी patent आया है and this Omni and all, which is quite a kind of a technology or a tech thing that we have devised. Uh, do you think any like patent is Indian patent? I understand, but in India, is anyone doing this, or globally, does anyone do this?
India, there is nobody, and globally, there is nobody. In fact, we were invited not too long ago by one of the behemoths of hearing world.
Mm-hmm.
They were interested in our technology, and they wanted to acquire us. But the
Hmm.
pricing offered was something that did not even work close to what we had already spent. And we always believe that this product has a much bigger global opportunity if all players start to use it instead of only one using it.
Okay. Got it, Rohit ji. Thank you.
Thank you, Jadis sir.
Thank you, sir. We have one question in the Q&A tab. I'll just read out the question. Hello, sir. Can you give some clinics name near Noida region if we have any? I want to understand if we are targeting local clinics or small hospitals, also which cater to one small region.
That's a question by Vanisha Mahendru. Good evening, Vanisha. One, that we do have installations near Noida. We also have got few installations in Delhi NCR. Though we are focusing more towards smaller cities like Roorkee and Haridwar and Jwalapur close by, but we have some installations in Noida and in Delhi. And if you would like, we can definitely share some addresses with you, and you might have a feel as to how they work.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any other question from any other participant? We'll take the next question from Mr. Vishal.
Okay.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Vishal sir. Good evening to you.
Hi, sir. Sir, just wanted to hear your views. Do you think that earbuds, while that we use, does it causes hearing aid? Means, will it require your device if anybody faces hearing aid, voice loss? Sorry, sound lost.
Vishal sir, I did not get your question. Can you please rephrase it? I think I did not understand it properly.
सर अभी अभी आजकल सब ईयरबड्स यूज कर रहे हैं ना वो
Oh,
डिवाइस हो
yeah. Okay, AirPods and earbud. Okay.
will that means there is I had read a study that it may cause sound loss of ear.
Yes, sir.
So do you have that cases, sir? Means can you share some insights on that? Means have
I,
you? Yeah,
sir, I do remember having read one of the WHO
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
information which said by 2030,
Okay.
2030 तक,
हाँ
uh,
सर.
1 in every 10 person will have an induced hearing loss because of excess usage of headphones and AirPods. I did not really go deep into that study, but I remember it was something like by 2030, every 10th person will have a hearing loss because of this.
Means now the cases. Do you are you seeing the cases, sir? Because of this in
Myself,
your, yeah,
myself.
yeah. In means for your chain of doctors or for your devices there is a demand.
So I will say myself is the first case I have seen. I was using quite a lot of headphones and AirPods, and now I have got a mild hearing loss in my left ear.
Okay. So are you using, sir, any devices for this
So
loss?
since it is only a mild loss on my left ear while the right is still functional,
Okay.
I'm not using a hearing aid as of now, sir.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Mr. Pakshal Jain.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Prakash sir. Good evening.
Sir, congratulations on great numbers, and
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm hoping that an H2 is quite a better because of the shift. I just had two questions regarding the capacity. In the call, you had recently mentioned about the units that we can produce. Can you just give me that number again, which you mentioned about the units that the hearing aids, the number that we can produce
We
in
can
this
produce
financial year as a capacity?
we can produce about 200,000 hearing aids a year, and Ajay will correct me if it is for one shift or two.
So that is for one shift of 8 hours, Monday to Saturday, means 6 days, 6 days a week.
Okay. So we can produce
Okay.
about 200,000 hearing aids in a year. We are currently using almost 120 to 140,000 units capacity as of now.
So, will there be any capex plans for using the more units? Because do we see in the coming next financial year, would be required to do any capex for this hearing aids, or will be sufficient with the 2 lakh units that we're going to make it?
In terms of capex, we are well set, Prachal sir, in the sense there are few instruments which are very critical and crucial for the manufacturing of good hearing aids. We have them with us. I think what we will need more is the manpower that we can always scale to the second shift.
Okay, I got it, sir. Thank you so
And
much.
and if necessary, we can go for one more
One more shift.
analyzing machine. Yes,
Okay, okay.
for the frequency of hearing aids.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Maitri Shah.
Yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yes, Bethri, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Just a few questions on the Omni channel, Omni new the Omni thing that we are audiometer that we are launching. So currently, in how many clinics are we present with that product?
About 56.
56. And all of these clinics also are part of the shop and shop model as well.
Yeah, I mean, these are shop and shop installations only.
Okay. And we're targeting close to 110 clinics by the end of the year, I am expecting. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. And what sort of monthly realizations do we have from this? So from the services and also from the products that we are selling, if you could bifurcate that.
I don't have the bifurcation right now, Maitri, but we do about 18 to 20,000 rupees per month per installation.
Okay. And that includes both the product sales and the services that we're providing.
Hanji, Hanji.
Okay. And how do you expect this to grow going forward? And also the installations, what are you expecting by the end of FY27, if I can get a target?
Okay. So first thing, our expectation per clinic per month is actually 80,000 rupees on a fully installed capacity, which might take anything between 15 to 18 months by the time they come to that number. And
Mm-hmm.
our expectation is to have 500 installations by the end of 2028.
2028. Okay. But these installations you're planning to do in more rural areas. So do you still think this 80K target is achievable within the 15 to 18 months?
I would imagine yes. So from the day of installation, we give 15 to 18 months. It's not that starting today 15 to 18 months. So
Yeah,
for
yeah, that
example,
that makes sense. Yeah, that I
yeah,
got
yeah.
that. But again, I would expect the average selling price would be much lower in the rural areas compared to the tier
Huh,
one cities or the metro cities.
you're absolutely right. So the tier one city average selling price of a hearing aid is about 46,000 rupees, Maithili.
Mhm.
And this I am saying from the experience of about 16,000 hearing aids which have been sold by us on the lead generation platform. So the tier one and tier two cities are fairly decent with the average selling price of about 40 to 46,000.
Mhm.
The tier three cities and the smaller cities definitely, as you said rightly, उतना उनका budget नहीं जाता है. So
Correct.
12 to 13,000 is what is the general
Yes.
expected number. We are
Mhm.
also providing them interest-free EMI for 3 to 6 months to help their decisions to be made quickly.
Mhm.
So yes, you are
But
right. It will take some time for us to build that kind of And when the doctors are generally supporting a buying decision, this
Mm-hmm.
kind of buying decision का जो longevity है वो कम हो
Mm-hmm.
जाता है.
Correct. Also, this free EMI, are we partnering with any financial institute or
Yes, we have partnered with couple of financial institutions.
okay? Could you name them if that's possible?
I will let Ajay answer that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
अजय,
हेलो मैत्री, यस।
Yeah,
वो
yeah.
एनबीएफसीज जो हमको ईएमआईज के लिए हमने एंगेज करे थे, कौन कौन से हैं?
एक तो सर वो जीरो पे है।
देयर वाज वन मोर, एक एक
हाँ,
जीरो.
दो है, एक जीरो पे है एंड एक और है कोई।
Okay, that is great. Also, this 500 installations that we are targeting, what sort of split do we expect between the rural areas and the tier one metro cities and tier two
So,
cities?
so thank you for asking this, Maitri. Rural area will be relatively less at this time. I would say class three cities, and I just named few of them just now. Um, for example, Jwalapur, Roorkee. Haridwar is not a class three. Haridwar is actually class two. But Jaunpur, Balia, Basti, Bahraich, Sultanpur, these are the cities which are more likely to embrace our product. Faizabad, Barabanki, as such.
So majority will be in the tier three cities. That's what we're expecting.
That's right. That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
So they have a better disposable income as well that we can target to as well.
Compared to a village, yes. Compared to a
Yeah,
B
correct.
class city, no. But yes,
Yeah,
12,000 तक
makes
चल
sense.
जाएगा.
Correct. Also, you did mention that you want to start like this awareness programs also. Are we partnering with any of these NGOs or stuff to kind of increase the awareness of the technology that we are providing and all?
We are working closely with some of the opportunities I'm unable to name right now,
Mm-hmm.
for different reasons, but we are working very closely with two of one very big government organizations who are very strong and active in the rural groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
So we expect this to take to a different level in a very short time when we get those relationships going.
And by 2028, can I ask you what sort of split do you expect from the government and the private sector?
Okay, so
Mm.
when we started this, it was 94% in
Mm.
2021 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
When we went for IPO last year, I mean 25, March 25, it was 69%.
राइट।
Uh,
एंड
60
करंट ईयर इट इज 45% इन फर्स्ट हाफ।
first half. So we expect, so see, the government orders will be range bound.
Mm.
They do not fluctuate much, whereas the private market can always fluctuate with the higher rate of embracing of technology. So we are expecting in next 5 years, government value will be range bound to about 20%, or maybe at best 30, and the private will be about 70.
Okay. And I'm mm, like I'm assuming that our services revenue model will have a much higher EBITDA margin compared to the products. So can you have a split
They are
between the
pretty
service?
similar. They're pretty
Okay,
similar.
almost similar. Okay, okay.
They're pretty similar.
And this 23% margins are something that we can maintain for the next 2 to 3 years with the expansion that we are looking at as well.
Yes, I hope they will be, and as I said, it's gonna be between 20 and 30, depending on which phase of expansion we are in. But
Mm-hmm.
we are aiming at 20 and 30. So best case scenario 30 and a general scenario 20.
And this year we are expecting this 23% margin, or are we still
We are
hoping to get
looking
to
at that.
21?
We are aiming at that only.
Right.
First half of the year was not very strong in terms of margin
Mm-hmm.
because we went on spending money on the expansion. But with a larger amount of orders coming in the second half of the year, and they are on EBITDA, healthy EBITDA margin, we believe that we'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to hit that number.
Okay. And this Omni audiometer, are these also manufactured in-house, or
No,
are we having
these are outsourced.
these are outsourced? So we
हाँ
have
जी.
a contract manufacturer from
जी,
the outside. Okay.
yes.
And how much capacity do they have? Like how fast can they scale up to? Are they in line with the growth that we are like expecting?
We did our due diligence with them, and yes, they're aligned. They have got fairly decent capability.
Okay. Could you get me the if it's possible, the cost of this one audiometer that we are procuring it at, and At how much are we like kind of selling it, and the margins do we earn on that?
Maitri, we don't sell these devices. We are placing these devices at the ENT shops and then we get into a revenue sharing model. But if you are looking at a buying price, Ajay, it's about
It's about 2.5 to 2.7 something around
okay.
2.75.
Actually, we are not selling these devices. We are only placing these devices at the ENT doctors, and then we get into a revenue sharing model.
Right.
Good to know. Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you so much for answering these questions.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll take the next question from Mr. Ankur Gulati.
थैंक यू सर। आप ये जो 500 इंस्टॉलेशन बोल रहे हैं, ये आप अपना डिवाइस प्लेसमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, राइट?
जी, गुड इवनिंग अंकुर सर।
गुड इवनिंग रोहित जी। आप ये जो इंस्टॉलेशन बोल रहे हैं 500 इंस्टॉलेशन का, ये आप बोल रहे हैं अपना ऑडियोमेट्री वाला डिवाइस प्लेस करने के लिए,
हाँ जी,
और लेट्स से 3 लाख का एक आप इक्विपमेंट इंस्टॉल कर रहे हो, करेक्ट? मोटा मोटा।
Right. Yes.
ओके। और यहाँ पे आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन, जस्ट टू बी क्लियर, इज कि ये चीज
80,000 रुपीज पर डिवाइस पर मंथ।
पर month। अभी कितना है? अभी 6-7 इंस्टॉलेशन आप शायद बता रहे थे पंजवानी साहब को।
अभी हमने 56 कर दिए हैं एंड वी आर एट अबाउट 18 to 20,000 रुपीज ऑन एन एवरेज।
और ये 56 में अभी क्या रन रेट चल रहा है पर मंथ इंस्टॉलेशन में?
अंकुर सर, वही बोला मैंने ना, 18 to 20,000 रुपीज अ मंथ।
ये तो एक इंस्टॉलेशन का कॉस्ट होगा ना, पर वो 56 इंस्टॉल जो आपने कर दिया है वहां पे कितने आप हियरिंग एड बेच पा रहे हैं पर मंथ?
ये 18 to 20,000 अंकुर सर वही बता रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे पर क्लिनिक इतना हमारा रेवेन्यू चल रहा है।
मैं इसको वापस से बोलता हूँ अंकुर सर।
हम्म
हमने एक डिवाइस लगाया विच कॉस्ट अस अबाउट 2.7 lakhs।
हम्म
इसके बाद अब हम जाते हैं रेवेन्यू शेयरिंग पे।
हम्म
इस पे हमारा जो रेवेन्यू आ रहा है शेयरिंग के बाद, वो 18
हम्म
to 20,000 रुपीज पर मंथ आ रहा है।
और इसमें इक्विपमेंट जो आप हियरिंग एड बेच रहे हैं वो भी है और सर्विस भी है?
दो ही
राइट।
चीज, हम दो ही चीज बेचते हैं अंकुर सर।
हाँ।
एक सर्विस बेचते हैं और एक हियरिंग एड बेचते हैं। तो अभी उन दोनों का अमलगमेटेड, एक तो दोनों के मार्जिन्स बड़े सिमिलर हैं,
हम्म
सर्विस के भी, डायग्नोस्टिक सर्विस के और हियरिंग एड दोनों के। तो एज ऑफ
हम्म।
टुडे वी आर एट अबाउट 18 to 20,000 रुपीज।
और आपका पर इंस्टॉलेशन ऑपरेटिंग फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट कितना रहता है? मैन पावर जो आप वहां पे बैठे हैं आप
वहां पे
सब?
कोई बैठा नहीं है अंकुर सर।
ओके।
ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट यहाँ बैठा है और एक ऑडियोलॉजिस्ट लगभग 5 क्लिनिक्स को कंट्रोल करता है।
और वो कॉस्ट आइटम आपके ये पे आ रही है जो भी 5?
वो SGNA में जाता है।
हम्म
वो एम्प्लॉय पेरोल एक्सपेंसेस में जाता है, एंड जो डिवाइस की डेप्रिसिएशन कॉस्ट है वो डेप्रिसिएशन में बुक होती है।
ठीक है। और जो एक एक ग्रोथ स्ट्रीम ये हो गई गवर्नमेंट का जो स्टडी स्टेट ग्रोथ आता रहेगा, थर्ड है जो आप प्राइवेट में बेचने वाले हैं, उस पर थोड़ा सा बिजनेस प्लान और डिटेल आउट कर सकते हैं?
प्राइवेट में जा रहा है अंकुर सर। अभी हमारा 55% बिजनेस जो है फर्स्ट हाफ का, वो प्राइवेट में ही हियरिंग एड्स बेच के आया है। तो गवर्नमेंट का 45% कंट्रीब्यूशन है, प्राइवेट का
हम्म।
55% कंट्रीब्यूशन है एज ऑफ टुडे।
तो फर्स्ट हाफ के रिवेन्यू में ये इंस्टॉल आपके अपने जो इंस्टॉलेशन के थ्रू रिवेन्यू कितना हुआ होगा? क्योंकि वो 55% में आ रहा होगा, राइट? जो प्राइवेट आप काउंट कर रहे
करेक्ट, वो
राइट
55
राइट,
होगा।
वो 55% में ही इंक्लूडेड है।
उसका बाइफिकेशन में निकलवा सकता हूँ इफ यू वांट।
हैं। नहीं, दैट्स ओके। ठीक है, दैट्स ऑल। थैंक्स।
थैंक यू अंकुर सर।
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Mr. Aditya Agarwal. We'll take the next question from Mr. Pakshalji.
Hi, sir. I just want to ask that we've been planning to scale up the clinics in terms of 100 this year and then in the next 3 years to 500. But you were mentioning about the CAGR growth around 25% for the top line. Are we being conservative regarding this top line, or is it something else that we're missing out? Because if the clinics are expanding at this pace, and I'm hopeful that the adoption rate will go much higher for the product,
सर वो कैगर
are
जो
we being
बोला
too
था,
conservative about 25% CAGR growth on top line, or is it maybe something that I missed?
नहीं नहीं, आपने कुछ भी मिस नहीं किया है। बस एक छोटा सा चीज रह गया, ये 25% वाला ये साल के लिए है बच्चल भाई, अगले साल के लिए नहीं है।
Okay, so sir, any guidelines on what is the plan ahead? What terms of percentage growth that we're looking at, or what do you aim for generally?
हाँ, वो तभी तो मैं बता रहा था कि बाय so in 5 years time we should be a company of about 300 crores.
Okay, sir, got it.
जी
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
सर.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Mr. Aditya Agarwal.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Just
And good
one more,
evening.
sir. Sir, since we are targeting around, I think, 500 to 550 clinics by the end of financial year 27. So, the installation cost per device is 2,70,000 per clinic
जी
per device. So, do we have sufficient funds since we recently done IPO also? And I think they are, I can see in the balance sheet also, but the unutilized funds from the IPO proceeds are sufficient for this capex and this
सर,
installations?
इसका तो प्रोविजन लिया था हमने, और हमने ये भी देखा था आदित्य सर कि बाय द एंड ऑफ इंस्टॉलेशन नंबर 350
जी,
this entire model becomes self-sustaining.
right.
So yes,
And
we have
हमारे
taken enough
जी
provision.
जी जी
यहाँ से तो फिर आगे सेल्फ सस्टेन ही रहेगा.
बहुत अच्छे सर. And sir, in one of your interview, you were saying that we are enjoying very good margins. So EBITDA level पे when we will be targeting 500 plus clinics, तो EBITDA level पे you said I think 40-45% तक हम gross margin enjoy कर सकते हैं.
नहीं सर, ग्रॉस मार्जिन हमारा, यू आर राइट, ग्रॉस मार्जिन हमारा लगभग 40-45% हो जाएगा, विच इज़ वेरी इजी. Even as of today, we on the private side we enjoy a gross margin of about 40 to 45%. On the government side, we enjoy about 29 to 32%. So when we are higher in our product mix, when the private is contributing more than the government, I believe that it will be easier to have a 40 to 45% ka gross margin and a very healthy PAT.
Right. So going ahead, our more focus or maybe I would say revenue mix जो रहेगा that will be more from private side and then less on
हाँ
government side.
सर, गवर्नमेंट
Right.
साइड इतना ही रहने वाला जितना है. जैसे गवर्नमेंट अभी 20 से 25 करोड़ रहता है, बहुत होगा तो 30-35 करोड़ हो जाएगा.
Right.
But we are aiming at a much bigger number at the end of year 5, which is about 250 to 350 crores. 300 का मोटा मोटी पकड़ लेते हैं. तो गवर्नमेंट का रहेगा 35-40, बाकी तो प्राइवेट का ही रहने वाला है सर.
राइट राइट सर. सर ऑल्सो आपने बहुत बड़े जो आई थिंक 4 या 5 कंपनीज हैं वर्ल्ड में जो सबसे बड़े हैं इस लाइन में एंड दे
ठीक है
एंजॉय आई वुड से ओलिगोपोली मॉडल. तो आपने उनमें से 2 कंपनीज में ऑलरेडी एट एमडी लेवल काम किया है. तो ऐसा वो क्यों नहीं स्केल कर पाए 2007 से 2025 तक जो अभी हमें लगता है ईयर कार्ट कर पाएगा?
सर, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग सवाल पूछा आपने. परसों परसों ही इसका जवाब मैंने एक और फोरम में दिया था कि मेरे को आज तक समझ में नहीं आता कि ड्रोन बनाने के लिए बोइंग ने और एयरबस ने क्यों नहीं किया, या ओयो के लिए हयात ने और मैरियट ने क्यों नहीं किया, या फोर्ड ने और होंडा ने ईवी क्यों नहीं बनाया. सर मतलब मेरे को बड़ा सिंपल लगता है इसका जवाब. आई थिंक एवरीबडी बिकम सो बिजी डूइंग देयर थिंग्स, दे मिस आउट अ पिक्चर. हो सकता है अब से 10 साल बाद कोई और इनोवेशन आए और बोले ईयर कार्ट ने ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया. So can't really say, but I think this is the most logical answer I could come up with.
तो आपने उनको कन्विंस नहीं किया सर व्हेन यू वर देयर फॉर सो लॉन्ग?
सर एक बार तो मैंने कन्विंस करने की कोशिश करी, फिर दूसरी बार करी, तीसरी बार में वो बोले तुमको लगता है तुम क्यों नहीं कर लेते तो कर लिया.
आपने कहा आप नहीं कर लेते
हाँ कर लिया.
जस्ट लाइक अमन गुप्ता से ठीक है मार्केट में मिलते हैं.
हाँ.
राइट सर. थैंक यू सो मच सर. दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड एंड वंस अगेन आई वुड congratulate and wish you all the best.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी
Thank you,
मच.
sir.
Thank you so much, sir. We have one question in the Q&A tab from Mr. Vishal. He is asking that is there a commission given to the doctors?
No, it's not a commission, it's a revenue sharing model.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Do we have any other question from any other participant? Okay, I would now invite Rohit sir to please give the closing remarks.
Well, it's quite early for us to say any kind of trend is being noticed or trend is being seen. But what I can definitely say that we are on a trajectory which might look very small today, but EarKart is going to definitely change the face of the hearing aid industry, not in India but globally. हमारा यूएस का और ऑस्ट्रेलिया का एक्सपीरियंस हमें ये दिखा रहा है कि वहाँ पर इतनी मैसिव डिमांड है कि लोगों को इंतज़ार नहीं है इस चीज़ का कि हम वहाँ की परमिशन और डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस पूरा कर लें. दे आर सेइंग डेमो के नाम पे अपनी मशीन रख दो, वी आर ओके टू स्टार्ट विद इट. सो वी डू सी देयर इज़ अ शॉर्टेज एवरीवेयर एंड वी डू सी अ पोटेंशियल. हमें ये भी पता है कि हमारे पास 1.5 से 2 साल ही हैं. वो 1.5 से 2 साल में कोई ना कोई आदमी हमारे पेटेंट को सर्कमवेंट करने की कोशिश करेगा, कुछ ना कुछ नया लाने की कोशिश करेगा. बट वी बिलीव दैट मोर प्लेयर्स विल ओनली मेक दिस मार्केट मैरियर. जितने ज़्यादा लोग आके बड़ा करेंगे इस मार्केट को, उतना ही बड़ा पाई सबके लिए रह जाएगा. But we promise and we continue to remain committed to the well-being of people who are suffering with hearing impairment. And we want to promise that we will bring out latest, best, and most economical product which will perform best for their lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of EarKart Limited, I thank you all for joining today's call and making it a very engaging session. You all may now disconnect. Thank you.
Okay.